football can boast to be on a better winning run at Anfield than Barnsley. The League One side have won on their last 2 trips to Liverpool, albeit a distant memory to most. Brian Howard, 2008, when they were a championship side. 1997, Ashley Ward, now more famous for being a husband on The Real Housewives of Cheshire, scored a late winner to register a win for Danny Wilson's side. That victory was said to be fueled by a trip to the pub the night before. I don't know that Conor Hourihane used the same tactic ahead of this daunting trip. Certainly there are 1 or 2 in the Liverpool team that would get ID'd if they were to walk into a pub. Arne Slot's men are 10 matches unbeaten, but there are significant changes tonight, but it's still a very strong team. And the memories of a chastening defeat at Plymouth 1 year ago still loom large on the shoulders of their manager Arne Slot. No Salah, no Isak, but Ekitike is back on the bench. Ngamo starts, Mamardashvili is in the sticks, and Barnsley make 5 changes from the draw on New Year's Day. It's a terrific atmosphere for our 11th commentary from the FA Cup third round weekend, and we aren't stopping here. We've got both Carabao Cup semi-finals this week and another weekend of stellar Premier League football to come, including the Manchester derby and the first game in charge for the new Manchester United interim manager this Saturday at 12:30, and we can't wait. Liverpool have progressed from 13 of the last 14 third round FA Cup ties, but they're on the back foot right from the very beginning, and Phillips has sent the ball into the centre, and hitting the post with a strong header was Davis Keillor-Dunn, the top scorer of Barnsley, who beat Mamardashvili, all ends up, and almost scored the first goal of the game inside 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was frantic. The ball's in the air, and then Adam Phillips actually gets on the ball, and it's a lovely cross, and Dunn gets across Joe Gomez and heads it off the post, but it was a brilliant start from Barnsley. What a header that was.
Davis Keillor-Dunn getting in front of Joe Gomez and steering the ball towards Mamardashvili's goal. He went sprawling to his left, but the crossbar was rattling, and it came to Liverpool's rescue inside the first minute of the match. I was just about to say to you, Charlie, how do they ensure that there's no slip-ups tonight? Well, they almost have one.
Yeah, again, not started the game well. We've seen that in a lot of the games this year. They've not started games well, and that could happen. But again, lovely ball from Phillips. He's got quality, technically very good, and he just put that ball in an area for Dunn to go and head it. Good movement from Dunn to get across the front of Gomez, but Liverpool now is starting to try and get some passes.
Interesting to see how Barnsley shape up. It looks as if they've gone to a back 5 tonight, with O'Keefe, instead of playing as a right winger, tucking in as an extra right back, and tonight Watson just moving into a back 3. I'll go through the 2 11s for you in just a second. Here is Robertson down the left-hand side to Rio Ngamo, who scored that famous goal at Newcastle in the second weekend of the season to win the game on the Monday Night Football, becoming the youngest scorer in Liverpool's history. But they've released the ball over to the far side again, and Reyes Cleary is trying to outpace Virgil van Dijk. He gets into the penalty area, gets beyond him, steers across into the centre. It's over the head of Keillor-Dunn, and it goes out on this near side and away for Liverpool to clear in the left full-back position via Andrew Robertson. But that's a couple of times now that Barnsley have caught Liverpool cold.
Yeah, again, it's that first pass, brilliant from Barnsley, just getting that first pass for Cleary, just to go and take Van Dijk 1v1, and he'd done really well there. But Barnsley started really positive, but again, just the reason there for O'Keefe falling back into that right hand position and Watson staying inside is because Liverpool like to have 2 players in the pocket. So with that back 5, it allows the full-back to then be able to jump to that 8 position.
Liverpool in the box now, trying to side their way through. Chiesa trying to get in on the inside right channel from McAllister. The ball is cleared away, and it's put out onto the far side and away for a throw-in. It's Liverpool 0, Barnsley 0, but it's been a good start from the League One side, who have struggled for form recently and struggled for clean sheets. Only West Ham and Wolves have kept fewer clean sheets in England's top 4 divisions. It's been a bit of a slog, trying to stay away from the relegation dogfight in League One. But this might represent a bit of a free hit this evening. McAllister sends the ball out towards the far side. Collected now by Frimpong, who's playing in a more conventional right full-back position tonight. He was playing at right wing on Thursday evening. Got a lot of joy in behind Miles Lewis-Skelly, who gave a tough time too. Rio Ngamoa takes it over on the left-hand side now and tries to tease his way to the edge of the box. He feeds Jones, who's 10 yards outside the penalty area. He runs into a congested sea of white shirts because Szoboszlai tries to get a shot away. It takes a deflection, loops into the air, and eventually it came off of Jack Shepherd and dropped into the arms of Murphy Cooper, who didn't look entirely comfortable about taking that from the sky, but he managed to do it in the end.
Yeah, nearly actually got trapped in the goalpost there with the net, but he managed to get it into his arms. But again, really interesting to see Ngamoa staying really wide, wants to get 1v1 and trying to get him against Keith as much as he can 1v1, because Keith wants to go forward. Let's see if he wants to do the job defensively. So yeah, getting him on the ball, Ngamoa, as much as they can, because he's a talent, and he likes to dribble at players as well. So that'll be an interesting battle going forward tonight.
Well, it's Mamardashvili in goal for Liverpool. The back four is Frimpong, who's on the ball now. Gomez, Van Dijk and Roberts in the back four. It's McAllister and Jones in the centre of midfield, with Szoboszlai in there as well. Jones in possession now, trying to get the ball out to the right side, but Chiesa is deployed. Gakpo through the middle and Rio Ngamoa down the left. But the ball is with the away side. It's been picked up and sent forward by Keylor Dunn, and then sent out wide to Cleary. Cleary moves towards the edge of the penalty area, down the left as Barnsley look at it. They get to the edge of the box, a little back heel, and then the cross towards the far post is sent in brilliantly by Nathaniel Ogbita, and it did just test the coordinates of Georgi Mamardashvili, who wasn't entirely sure that wasn't going to sneak in over his head at the far post.
Yeah, it's good play for Ogbita. He just gets it on he's tried to cross it, but actually hits his heel and ends up nearly causing Mamardashvili a problem. But good play from Barnsley, really positive in what they're doing, trying to be on the front foot. Important that Liverpool players don't take too many touches. They move the ball as quick as they can, because that's where they'll get the space and be able to get rhythm into the game.
Well, Bito, who's only just coming back from injury, playing at left full-back tonight. He missed the game last season in the round 4, where he was at Plymouth actually when Liverpool came to town and were beaten by Plymouth, but he was injured that day and didn't get to star. But he was, interestingly, in the same youth team as Jeremy Frimpong at Manchester City, and he's coming up against him tonight face to face. I know exactly what to expect from Jeremy Frimpong. Ball cleared by Murphy Cooper out to the far side, headed away by Joe Gomez, and then collected far touchline by Ogbita, who travels infield, nudges it centrally into the path of Bland all the way back to Di Giovanni, and then it's sent out wide up to Adam Phillips, looking for Corey O'Keefe, but he ends up travelling out of play midway inside the Liverpool half, and it's away for a throw into Liverpool. 0-0 the score, but Liverpool's goal has been tested more often than Barnsley has in the opening 7 minutes of the game. Liverpool hope to have stabilised after a rocky patch in the autumn, but they've sacrificed a bit of adventure in their play too, and that's affected the mood around this place. They expect a better showing tonight, the Anfield crowd. Rio Ngamoa travelling in from the left touchline, but it's a heavy low block camped on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Liverpool have got a pierce here. It goes back to Van Dijk and out to Robertson with a left-footed cross which takes a deflection, and it goes out of play, and it's away for a corner kick, the first of the game.
Yeah, much better from Liverpool, getting it wide, getting it early, getting that cross. Robertson looking to put crosses into the box. Let's see if these Barnsley players can defend crosses. They've got the height of Gakpo, they've got the height of Chiesa there arriving at the back post, so there's an opportunity for Liverpool to put the ball in the box when needed.
Liverpool place the ball down to take the first corner kick of the game, and Cody Gakpo will take it. Apart from Van Dijk, there's not much height inside that penalty area, although Joe Gomez is arriving now. Ball is delivered towards a vacant area at the back edge of the box, and it goes beyond everybody and has to be retrieved by Chiesa on the right side of the penalty area. Flicked in towards Szoboszlai by Jones, and then headed away by Jürgen Nathan. Comes out on the left-hand side for Rio Ngamoa, who's looking to try and twist his way past O'Keefe, who sticks to his task really well, and the ball goes out of play and away for a throw on the near touchline. You can see the Barnsley blueprint here, which is to sit behind the ball and try and pick their moments to try and go on border raids and test the Liverpool defence. in transition. Here is McAllister, 10 yards short of the penalty area. On to Szoboszlai, who's eyeing up to hit one. He does that and fires it in beautifully from 25 yards, and it's an absolute cracker from the boot of Szoboszlai. A belter, driving the ball high into the corner of the net beyond the despairing dive of Murphy Cooper. And after a couple of warning signs at the other end, Szoboszlai, given far too much room on the edge of the area, bashes one in from distance. 1-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, you can have the shape, you can have the organisation, but if you don't have pressure on the ball, this is what can happen. We've seen it over the last couple of years of Szoboszlai, probably not as much this year. The lad can hit a shot, and it's a wonderful strike from him. But when you don't have pressure and you just sit in your low block, you've got the quality to do that, and it's an unbelievable strike from Dominik Szoboszlai.
He's got that in his locker, and Dominik Szoboszlai gets his 6th goal of the season. The man who won the German Cup twice, and has probably been one of their most productive players over the course of the season. He's been shifted around the formation, Charlie. He's played at right back at times.
I think he's probably been the best player. I think he's been the one that's really shown in these difficult moments the quality he has, having to play right back, central midfield as a 6 at the top end of the pitch, and something that he can really be happy with his performances over the season in terms of on an individual basis, but the team have to improve collectively. But that strike was incredible.
Well, the Liverpool supporters came here wanting a little bit of entertainment tonight. They certainly got their first box office moment. They've only scored more than 2 goals in a game once since October, Liverpool. And then the deal was that collapse against PSV. They had to do something, and they went for safety first after that. It has been 5 draws and 5 wins, and the last 3 games have been draws. But as Arne Slot said in his pre-match interview, this one won't end in a draw.
No, it's you'd expect them to win, but they're getting that early goal, and obviously the start that they had was not what they expected. But to get the goal now can then let them relax and enjoy it, but have to keep moving the ball with pace and tempo. People running in behind, because that's a poor pass from Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it's been given straight to Kilo Dunn, who runs over halfway and then realises he hasn't got much support. No one really got up to help him out, and Adam Phillip was a little bit late in arriving at the party, and the ball goes out of play and away for a Liverpool throw.
Yeah, again for Dunn, it's important that when he's up there on his own, and he will be for a lot of spells, is that if he can hold it, he can't just keep turning it back over to Liverpool.
Lovely back heel by Chiesa into Frimpong, who gets to the edge of the area, and then Chiesa flicks it round the corner. It's away by the Barnsley defence, but comes back to Frimpong because Chiesa has won it on the edge of the area, and Maldi Gaveni manages to nudge it out into the left full-back position, and Liverpool retrieve it once again and win it high up and turn it over. And Barnsley just struggling to get out from that low block at the moment, and even when they've got the ball, gifting it back to Liverpool far too quickly. This is Chiesa, right side, trying to get across into the box. He twists onto his left foot, produces that cross. It should go through the penalty area. O'Keefe just shepherds the ball behind, despite pressure from Ngamo, and it goes out for a goal kick away to our left.
Yeah, that's something as a young player, or any player really, they're the goals that you want. As the opposite winger, getting into the back post, getting 4 or 5 goals a season, arriving late, and that's where Ngamo needs to be when Chiesa's cutting back on that left foot, getting into the back post, getting in front of O'Keefe and tapping into the back post, because you'll get 3, 4, 5 goals a season with that.
And a reminder that if you're in North America tonight, we value your company on Sirius XM FC. Thank you very much for lending us your ears. We're at Anfield in the northwest of England on a rather mild night actually by recent temperatures. It's been pretty chilly in the UK over the course of the last couple of weeks, but we're at least in the positive Celsius tonight, Charlie.
Yeah, we've been here when it's colder, but great switch of play there from Szoboszlai again to Chiesa.
Here's Chiesa on the right hand side, feeding the ball to the edge of the area. It comes to McAllister, doesn't quite hold on to it. Jürgen Nathan gets it back to his central defender Jack Shepherd, who manages to clear towards the far side. It's headed away by Gomez, but then picked up in the middle of the field by Jonathan Bland, and away goes Kilo Dunn again, running at the Liverpool defence. He's got Bland to his left, he cuts it on his right foot and goes for glory, when really it might have been a better thing to do to feed Bland, who'd made an intelligent run down the left channel, because his eventual shot went well wide of goal. It was a bit of a scuffer.
No, again, Liverpool open up, and that counter-attack from Dunn there, he actually used a decoy of Bland, so it was actually the right thing to cut inside, but just a poor effort with his shot.
Well, they are fast starters in games. You know, they've scored more goals in the opening 15 minutes of matches this season, Barnsley, than most. It's the joint most, actually, with Huddersfield in League One. 7 goals in that period, and they hit the post early on, and they've had a couple of counter-attacks which have tested the Liverpool defence. Here is Frimpong, right side, into Chiesa. Chiesa now travelling centrally. Then midway inside the Barnsley half, Joe Gomez forces it forward. Down to the left to N'Gamoa, who skips away from O'Keefe with a lovely bit of skill. He gets into the area, feeds it back towards Szoboszlai, and it's cleared away by Bland. But anywhere will do for Barnsley.
Yeah, lovely pass. Again, it's the speed of the pass from N'Gamoa, from Robertson to N'Gamoa, and he could just lovely take with his left foot.
Robertson steers across him from the left-hand side after a quick release from Virgil van Dijk, which sends him right down to the left corner of the field. It's away by the Barnsley defence, who are just struggling to get out of their 18-yard box at the moment. McAllister chips it towards Jones. It almost floats towards him. A little flick by Tenai Watson means that the ball goes out for a corner. And it's quickly taken by Liverpool, who are being relentless at the moment, not allowing Barnsley any room to breathe. It's Szoboszlai again. This time Shepherd gets in the way of the effort, cracks him on the head and goes behind and away into the Anfield Road end, away to our left-hand side.
Yeah, again for Szoboszlai, his first thought was, can I get out of my feet and hit it? Cleary actually trying to get out as quick as he can to him, but it's a lovely strike again, and Shepherd sticks his head in the big centre half, just going and trying to head it and putting it out for another corner.
And Gakpo is going to take it away to our left. He's got 5 to aim at in the centre. Chiesa being watched by Ogbita. Jürgen Nathan is keeping tabs on McAllister. Szoboszlai standing in front of the goalkeeper. Van Dijk runs towards the near post. It's almost to him. It falls on the edge of the area for Curtis Jones. It's blocked by Jack Shepherd, and the ball bounces towards the halfway line. And Conor Hourihane is desperately trying to ensure that his team move up and get out. At the moment, they're just sitting a little bit too deep and inviting the pressure for Liverpool. I think the ball has been subject to a bit too much pressure and is punctured.
Maybe it's come off of Shepherd's head. That was an unbelievable header back from Szoboszlai's strike, but we're back alive, and Liverpool again. N'Gamoa was just going back to that Robertson's pass. N'Gamoa actually takes it past O'Keefe because he jumps into him, takes his left foot. Brilliant skill from N'Gamoa, and again when he can get going and he gets you 1v1, he's a real threat.
Bit of room for Chiesa down the right for Liverpool. Mean business this evening after a slow start to the game. Szoboszlai sending it on to Robertson, then on to Rio N'Gamoa. N'Gamoa skips infield, produces a cross. It's too close to the retreating defence, and now Digaveni manages to head the ball clear. Comes back via Gomez to the Liverpool right. Again, the relentless Reds keep pouring forward, and Frimpong going on the outside of Ogbita, produces a cross into the centre, flicked behind and away by Jonathan Bland, and it's out for another corner to Liverpool, who are really putting their foot on the accelerator now.
Yeah, really good from Frimpong. Now they're asking questions of Barnsley. How long can they keep defending? How long do they want to be able to put their head there without switching off defensively? Because at the one bit of magic from Liverpool, then it could cause some problems. But they started really well in terms of the set play so far, but the more pressure coming gives them, the big boys, an opportunity to go and attack.
Here is the corner then to be taken far side by Szoboszlai, floated high towards the far post. Van Dijk wins the initial header. It drops inside the 6-yard box, cleared away by Jack Shepherd, and then picked up by McAllister near touchline. Goes all the way back to halfway. Barnsley, when they won here in 1997, it came about after a major slip from Patrick Berger. Ashley Ward took advantage of that. They spent the rest of the afternoon defending, which has been their default position tonight, really.
Yeah, at times this Barnsley backline will end up with a 6 and 3 and 1, just because of the numbers that Liverpool have at the top end of the pitch. If Liverpool have 5, they want to have that +1 in the backline because there's so many bodies at the top end. Liverpool now are in control with the ball.
Yeah, and Chiesa's found Frimpong inside the area. Ogbita has gone across and just about nabbed it. Cleary then has given it straight back to Liverpool with a poor pass out from defence because there weren't any options for him. Szoboszlai takes over, runs down the right channel, pokes it into Frimpong, who's inside the box and floats it into the middle of the penalty area. It's headed away by Tenai Watson, but Liverpool come back again with Van Dijk and then on to Robertson, and only still a misplaced pass by the Scotsman sees the ball bobble out of play on this near side and away for a throw. And a bit of a breather for Barnsley, who have been under the cosh And they've been a bit sort of rigid and direct over the course of many years, but Conor Hourihane has tried to sort of change that, turn them into a more possession-based side. He wants courage on the ball, but it's very difficult to have that when you are visiting Liverpool. And they've gone for a more rigid formation tonight with 5 at the back and 4 in front of them, and just Davis Keillor-Dunn, who hit the post inside 30 seconds, as the man in attack. Here is McAllister. Deep for Liverpool, moving the ball forward into Jones. Jones back to Van Dijk, and then it's into Robertson. Back to Van Dijk again, and then centrally is Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai left of centre. Plays it to McAllister, gives it back to Van Dijk, and there was almost a little mishap there where Adam Phillips stole in, and the ball went out on this near touchline and eventually was retrieved by Robertson. Now Rio Ngamoa skates forward up to the edge of the box, feeds it into Gakpo. He tried to tuck it round the corner. It does come from the Chiesa eventually. Jones helps it wide. Frimpong with a low ball in towards the near post. It's blocked by Ogbisa, and out for another Liverpool corner.
Yeah, good play from Liverpool, getting Barnsley to this left-hand side and then up in the tempo, changing the tempo of the pass, the movement. Ngamoa releasing at the right time and then feeding out the opposite side, because the overload is actually for Frimpong on the other side, and you know, he never got his cross, but it was good defending from the left back of Barnsley.
Well, Cleary's breakaway, the post rattling from Keillor-Dunn, all came before Szoboszlai had given Liverpool a 9th minute lead, but since then it's been wave after wave of Liverpool attack. And they have the chance to cross here from the corner flag. Szoboszlai drills that towards the edge of the box, but it's over the head of everybody and goes out of play, 18 yards short of the halfway line, right on the right hand side, on the other side of the pitch from where he kicked it. And he's saying to some of the others, where were you?
Is that a set piece coach's problem?
Well, they sacked him.
Yeah.
So there is a vacancy actually.
Well, I don't think they've gone down that route. I think the other staff. But again, for Liverpool, the way Barnsley is set up, for me, the out-swinging corner is perfect, because there is a ball to actually play across the front of the 6-yard box to go and attack it.
Well, we're in the 20th minute of the game at Anfield, and every time we come here, we are blown away by the emotion and the tribute that is shown to the tragic passing of Diogo Jota, who lost his life in the summer in a car accident. They'll never forget. He is there forever, number 20. Here is Ngamoa on the near side, the Liverpool left, trying to twist his way away from O'Keefe. And it's tied up a little bit, but eventually the free kick is given in Liverpool's favour, despite Phillips complaining to the referee, who is Farai Halam.
Brilliant from the young kid there, just having personality to actually keep taking the ball. You know, even though if he can lose it sometime, he wants the ball. He wants that 1v1 action against O'Keefe, and what'll happen is he'll foul, but what he'll do is he'll end up with dragging 1 or 2, maybe in 3 players over, and then that's when he now has to release the ball and get the runners off him.
Here he is again, picking the ball up on the left-hand side, broad shoulders, despite the fact that he's only 17 years of age. Incredibly well built, and he's absolutely pacey. Great acceleration off the bat as Rio Ngamoa. It's very well thought of. They signed him from Chelsea's youth system. It was a surprise that Chelsea let him go, because he looks like he's the superstar in the making. 22 minutes on the clock. It's Liverpool 1, Barnsley 0. Here is Jürgen Nathan, who was in the Liverpool setup as a kid, and he now plying his trade for Barnsley. Did a great job at Oldham on loan last season, helped them to promotion to League 2. And it goes to Reyes Cleary, who's crossing to the box, is a little bit too lofty, goes all the way through to O'Keefe, who returns it back, takes a deflection and almost drops on the inside of the far post, and then there's just a little nudge from Frimpong to put it behind and out for the first corner of the game.
Yeah,
for Barnsley.
Yeah, Mamashvili was all over the place there. Keith again getting that ball wide, and Robertson getting the deflection off the back of Robertson, turning his back, and nearly end up in the back of the net there.
He was scared, Mamashvili, I think.
Yeah, once it started going over his head, he started to panic, backpedaling onto his line, and yeah, he was in trouble at one point.
Well, the ball goes out of play then, and it's out for the first corner for Barnsley, and set pieces might be important for them. Liverpool have looked incredibly vulnerable from set pieces this season. I think that's the real reason they sacked the set piece coach. They take it short to Keylor Dunn. It goes back in towards the near post. It was a poor delivery away, and then it comes back for a rifled shot from the edge of the penalty area. Jonathan Bland's effort steered away by Mamardashvili, and eventually Liverpool clear it.
Yeah, good routine from Barnsley, playing short, getting there to the edge of the box. A good shot, but Mamardashvili was a comfortable save.
Didn't get enough power behind it, did he, Bland?
No, he didn't get enough power on it. And we say it was a comfortable save, but he didn't parry it enough, wide enough. And there was an opportunity, but yeah, good movement from Barnsley.
He's come under a little bit of scrutiny whenever he's been called upon, actually, Mamardashvili. He hasn't sort of covered himself in glory in his early Liverpool career. A few question marks about his performances after having to step in earlier than expected for Alisson, who had a couple of injuries earlier in the campaign.
Games like this will get him confident, get him playing, and unfortunately for him, he might probably not have much to do tonight, so that's why, when he does do things, he has to do it well to build his confidence. Let's say, coming for crosses or shots like that. I thought it was quite an easy save and could have done better with it, but no, it's a big move for him. Obviously stayed on loan last year and then to come this summer, so it's a hard act to follow in Alisson, because he's been tremendous since he signed for Liverpool from Roma.
Liverpool have the ball far touchline. 25 gone on TalkSport tonight. The ball clipped over towards the near touchline, and it's not the greatest of deliveries towards Rio Engamo, and it goes out of play on this near touchline.
Yeah, he doesn't need to play that past Gomez. All he has to do is actually just come to Van Dijk, because Robertson actually made the run forward, taking the Adam Phillips with him, and the pass was actually just Van Dijk out to Engamo and leave him 1v1 and keep getting at O'Keefe and seeing how good he is defensively, if he can stay at it for 90 minutes, because he's had some success in Engamo so far.
Ball thrown down the line by Corey O'Keefe in the right full-back position. It's collected by Jurgen Nathan, who goes through the legs of Rio Engamo and then tries to send it quickly up to Keylor Dunn. Frimpong got a little bit caught under the ball there and almost headed it into the path of Reyes Cleary, and then drops on the halfway line. Chiesa adds a bit of poise to the situation, and then McAllister with a decent ball forward vertically up to Jones, who finds Gakpo left side of the area, cuts in on his right foot, tries a strike, blocked by Phillips, but comes back to Jones again. Jones now trying to strike down the middle of the goal. It's blocked by Gakpo actually, and then bounces behind and away for a goal kick.
Gakpo just getting in the way there, but that one pass from Liverpool from McAllister straight into Curtis Jones, and then that speed of the pass, and I think Gakpo actually might have just come on his left hand side. He actually come back inside onto where all the bodies are, maybe shift onto his left and have a shot.
TalkSport on a Monday night. Remember, we've got live football for you tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday night, when we bring you the full commentary of the Carabao Cup semi-final first legs. That's tomorrow and Thursday. Here is Van Dijk up towards Szoboszlai into Barnsley's half of the field by darting down the right hand side, sent out towards the far touchline, and Chiesa tries to take the ball central in. It's given back to Gomez and then on to Szoboszlai. 1-0 to Liverpool against Barnsley, live on TalkSport. Jones into Szoboszlai, trying to get the ball into the centre of the penalty area for Chiesa to run onto, but out comes Murphy Cooper and gathers it up and clears it away.
Interesting to see Engamo actually. He's the one on that right hand side of Liverpool's or Liverpool side, is that he's the one that gives the width. Chiesa comes and plays inside, and on this side Engamo is the one on the outside, and Curtis Jones is actually in the 8 running from there, and Andy Robertson is in that sort of back three trying to build the game. So again, that's where they're trying to get it from one side to the other and then penetrate quickly on this left hand side.
Thrown in by O'Keefe and then on to Jurgen Nathan, and he's being hunted by Gakpo, but he shrugs him off well. The Barnsley midfielder takes it out towards the left hand side via Peter on to Reyes Cleary, who's got 9 assists already this season. He's going through a box of tricks to get past Frimpong. He sends the ball centrally, might come through to Keylor Dunn. It is cleared away by Virgil van Dijk after a deflection off Dominic Szoboszlai was back there helping out his defence, but Reyes Cleary really testing Jeremy Frimpong's defensive ability with a box of tricks.
He's been brilliant against them so far. Every time that Barnsley have gone forward, they actually look like they're going to cause Liverpool a problem. And Cleary's definitely the one that's getting at Frimpong 1v1, and he's not been able to handle him so far. But positive from McCleary. You're looking to be direct, get at Frimpong, let's see what you've got. And that was a really good opportunity there. Just Szoboszlai dropping into that half space and nearly did get back where there was actually a chance for somebody to come from the edge of the box.
He was on loan actually at Hartlepool last season, Reyes Cleary, and he did a really good job for them. Talking of Hartlepool, Jeff Stelling back on breakfast tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. UK time. Great hearing from Manchester United legend John O'Shea this morning, and Nigel Clough as well. He's with Ali McCoist tomorrow morning. Jeff Stelling, 6 a.m. Here's Keylor Dunn, played forward down the left-hand side. He's isolated Virgil van Dijk. He's one-on-one with a big Dutch defender. He comes in field, hits it right-footed, but it's straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. And Jürgen Nathan, who had charged into the box, wanted a little reverse pass into his path as he burst into the box. But Keylor Dunn once again went for goal, and once again tested Mamardashvili.
Yeah, Liverpool on that transition, they're all over the place. Again, one pass is leaving Van Dijk 1v1 against Dunn. Joe Gomez is not locking in and getting closer to that sort of second striker. He's allowing them to get turned, and he's allowing Van Dijk to getting a race with Dunn, and that's it. Third time that he's actually got past Van Dijk and getting a shot off.
Is that a bit of rustiness from Joe Gomez, who's struggled with game time this season? He came off the bench to replace Bradley on Thursday night, but tonight is only his fourth start of the season.
Yeah, it can be, and again, it's one of them where you want to go. You don't really want to go into that position, but you have to lock the game in and not allow Barnsley any. Listen, good players, bad players. If you give them time and space, they'll cause you problems. And at the moment, he's not getting close enough.
Jones to Chiesa, edge of the D, blocked by Jürgen Nathan, flicked on towards Gakpo from Robertson, but Gakpo was in an offside position. The ball's going to drop for Murphy Cooper, and he's going to clear it away. Liverpool have had 77% of the ball so far, but every now and again Keylor Dunn has just got into a position where he's threatened that Liverpool backline, and if it hadn't been for Szoboszlai there, he would have done it again.
Yeah, Gomez is getting attracted out to Cleary and leaving that big space, and Dunn's actually been quite clever. He's not playing up against centre backs. He's actually playing in little areas, little spaces where he can actually one pass and he's free.
McAllister back to Gomez, who's 10-12 yards from the edge of the area, sends it wide to Chiesa. Chiesa into the box. Frimpong trying to turn now, being shepherded by Jack Shepherd out of the penalty area. It's played to Van Dijk, 12 yards outside the box, looks up. Everybody camped now within a sort of 15-yard area, strip of the pitch on the edge of the Barnsley box. It's very tight and very congested as McAllister comes forward. Now Szoboszlai, who's already scored once, the only goal of the game so far. Half an hour gone, Liverpool 1, Barnsley 0 on TalkSport. Into Chiesa, to Jones, back towards Jones, stretching to get it away was Watson. And then before it can go up to Keylor Dunn and he can hold it for even a second, Liverpool won it back again.
Yeah, that's much better from McAllister, actually locking the game in, not allowing Bland to get onto the ball. But again, Szoboszlai lining up that shot again.
Yeah, blocks before he can get it away, and then Bland manages to get it clear, and then Gomez takes emergency action because he's decided that Cleary's been getting far too much joy, so he shoulder barges him with a big thick shoulder right into his midriff, and Cleary drops to the floor, and Gomez gets a yellow card.
Yeah, it's a yellow card. He just blocked his way, but again, good positive from Cleary, just looking to drive the space, and Gomez getting in the way. But Liverpool are looking dangerous. They're looking for that shot. Szoboszlai's getting on the edge of the box, and he's looking for that another shot from distance.
Well, both teams have had 2 shots on target so far in the game. It's Liverpool who lead by a goal to 0. 2 very different game methods. Liverpool have been on the front foot ever since they conceded 2 chances in the first 5 minutes of the game. They scored after 9, and they've been peppering the goal with possession and blocked efforts ever since. But Barnsley on the breakaway have caused problems for the Premier League champions. Here is Cleary, who's been at the heart of that, down that left-hand side, twisting away from Frimpong, but Frimpong reads it this time, nabs it, sends it out to Szoboszlai in the right full-back position. He under pressure gets it back to Gomez, and then Gomez will try and feed the ball down the touchline to Frimpong once again. McAllister bends it away from Bland. It was brilliant the way he got it out of his feet and quickly into the path of Gakpo, who gallops forward onto Robertson, now onto Ngamoa, wide on the left. He travels laterally into the penalty area, takes on two, then a third, then twists back down the left-hand side, looks to release the ball into Chiesa. Frimpong is wide on the right, he centres the ball, it's blocked by Ogbita. Chiesa coming in underneath it, but Jürgen Nathan gets it away, and then it's picked up by Kilo Dunn, and he's just got to try and get as far away as possible without getting tackled. But within seconds he's lost the ball again.
Yeah, again better from Liverpool, swarming after Dunn straight away, but Gakpo actually won the ball from a pass from Van Dijk and run 50 yards with it, with his boot in his hand, and trying to catch up with play. So trying to do everything he can in Gakpo to try and get a goal, but again for Dunn, there's no out ball for him. He's the last line of the defence. He's got the pass, and then he's running into just 4 or 5 bodies. What a ball for
Robertson with a ball into the box which no one is prepared to attack. It's chested down by Jack Shepherd into the arms of his goalkeeper, and he will clear it away. 35 gone. Talk Sport live at Anfield tonight. The sports bar open for business when we finish here. 03717223334. There'll be some calls, I'm sure, about Manchester United. The FA Cup draw as well, the 4th round draw which took place earlier on today, and the winners of this game will take on Brighton and Hove Albion at home. Macclesfield against Brentford is a big FA Cup tie. Macclesfield of National League North taking on Brentford of the Premier League. Hull City against Chelsea. That means Liam Rosenior will have to go back to the MKM. And Aston Villa Newcastle, an all Premier League tie. Arsenal against Wigan, the 2013 winners at the Emirates Stadium. One of the other draws that have come out of the hat in round 4, which takes place on Valentine's weekend.
I thought Liam Rosenior's actually spoke really well in the press in the last few days in terms of since getting the job and how he wants to go about it. So it'll be interesting to see how he does and what they bring in this January window, but also how he improves the players, because he improved that Strasbourg team that he had over the last sort of period he's been there, and it's a tough job, but again he's been working that way to try and get it, and brilliant to see a young British coach getting the opportunity to manage one of the big clubs.
A ball given away by O'Keefe, who's tracking Jones, who's got hold of the ball now. But some big breaking news which is reaching us via our reporter Ben Jacobs, who says that Spurs have now hijacked the Aston Villa move. Conor Gallagher has said yes due to a return to London, and it looks as if he'll play more minutes at Tottenham Hotspur. And Atletico Madrid have accepted the bid from Spurs. Here's Frimpong into the penalty area, down the left-hand side, smashes it left-footed into the roof of the net, and it is now 2-0 Liverpool, who power their way past Barnsley, and it has been coming from Liverpool, constant attack after attack, and Jeremy Frimpong gets his second Liverpool goal, cutting in from the right side of the area, smashing it into the top corner, beyond Murphy Cooper, and Liverpool lead by 2-0.
Yeah, again it's McAllister switching the play and allowing Frimpong inside, as he needs to show him on the outside, shows him inside, and then it's a lovely finish with a left foot of Frimpong into the top corner. But for me it's poor defending. He's got to show him on the outside. When you show him outside, if he does show him inside, the midfielder's got to come over and try and block it. He comes over and actually turns his back on it and gives the goalkeeper no chance. Yeah. But lovely play from Frimpong.
The goalkeeper didn't really get up that high, and I think that's because he's got a bit of an issue here. Just having a look at him, he's getting some treatment down in front of us, which is a little bit concerning for Barnsley.
Yeah, or is it one of the tactical ones where they're under a bit of pressure? We need to try and stabilise it a little bit, take the rhythm at the game of Liverpool, and unfortunately for them the second goals came at the wrong time.
Well, it's not great for Murphy Cooper, who's gone down needing a bit of treatment away to our left hand side.
But again good from Liverpool. You know, it's so congested in that middle of the pitch, loads of bodies, 5-4-1 of Barnsley, getting it wide, getting Frimpong 1v1, and then allowing him to then attack the space, and he cuts inside, and it's a lovely finish with left foot. Just again, it's been good quality finishes. Soboslai strike from sort of 25 yards for the first goal, and then that strike from Frimpong was brilliant with his left foot.
Well, Kieran Flavel, who is Barnsley's second choice goalkeeper, has only ever played 10 times for them. He's 22 years of age. He's on the bench tonight, just in case there is a problem for Murphy Cooper. Liverpool lead by 2-0. It's very difficult for Barnsley to think about coming back from that sort of deficit. Liverpool maybe haven't scored enough goals at Anfield this season, just 15 goals in 10 home games this campaign in the Premier League. Only twice in the Premier League era have they averaged a lower amount of goals per game, but tonight maybe a chance just to entertain a crowd which I think accused Arne Slot's team of being a bit dull and boring the other week.
Yeah, I get that, and again, it's a good turnout from these Liverpool supporters on a Monday night, but what they want to do is see real good tempo and rhythm and excitement, and that's what they're getting so far. Liverpool have moved the ball really well. That's the pace and the movement of the players, and using the spare players on the opposite side where they're getting overloads, and again moving, shifting it, getting Frimpong 1v1. He's so quick.
Here he is on the outside, producing a cross into the box. His delivery wasn't great actually on Thursday night. He's a little bit better with that this evening. That one dollied up straight for Cooper to come and claim inside the 18-yard box, and it's cleared away by Barnsley, who trail by 2-0. 39 minutes gone. Live on TalkSport and Sirius XMFC in the United States of America and beyond. Thank you very much for lending us your ears wherever you are in the world tonight. Welcome to Anfield, where it's 2-0 to the Premier League champions, the soon-to-be dethroned Premier League champions, but Adam Phillips is trying to burst through the midfield of Barnsley, only for to give the ball away, and Adam Phillips picks the ball up after a massive mistake by Szoboszlai, who fell over the ball in his own 6-yard area, gifted it to the former Liverpool Academy graduate, and he could not resist that invitation to smash it in at the Kop end. 5 yards from goal, a major mistake by Dominic Szoboszlai, who had outpaced Adam Phillips, running to the penalty area, got into the 6-yard box, stumbled, gave the ball back inadvertently, and Phillips smashed past Marmadashvili, who could do nothing about it. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1, and it's the former Liverpool Academy graduate Adam Phillips who gets the goal at the Kop end.
Yeah, he's done everything right, so obviously tracking the run of Phillips, but he actually tries to back heel it to Marmadashvili, and he falls over the ball, and Phillips just tracked his run all the way, and he was there, and he smashed it in the corner with his left foot, but poor defending for Dominic Szoboszlai.
Well, what a moment for Adam Phillips. 8 years in the Liverpool setup, a Liverpool supporter, also a British title winner as a kid in cycling speedway. He went to the same school as Curtis Jones. He actually said he was a little bit upset with Curtis Jones because he'd recently unfollowed Phillips on Instagram. But I'm sure we'll get a few more followers after that.
There's no friends in this game. You look after yourself. But no, it's he gets a reward, because they've had chances, they've had moments. It's taken 2 unbelievable strikes from Szoboszlai and Frimpong to actually break the deadlock. But now, right just before half-time, getting that goal.
But there was no danger there at all, was there? Szoboszlai was in complete command of the situation. He just was far too casual.
Yeah, he did all the hard work well, and tried to run, won the ball, but tried to be too casual and be too clever, and he's been found out for it.
What a mistake by Dominic Szoboszlai. And Barnsley have managed to claw a goal back against Liverpool. 2-1 the score now. Will that give Conor Hourihane a bit of a different team talk at half-time should the scoreline remain the same by the time we get to the break? Well, those 6,500 Barnsley fans that have made the journey across the Pennines have certainly enjoyed that moment. Watching from afar at the other end of the ground, they're housed in the bottom tier of the now huge raking Anfield Road end away to our left-hand side. And we watched him smash that ball in from 4 yards in front of the Kop. Liverpool looking to respond. Chiesa with the ball into the box. Shepherd heads it away. Comes out towards the near touchline and is retrieved by Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai travels forward, nudges it into the path of Van Dijk. Van Dijk back to Szoboszlai again. He turns the ball centrally, and it's the Barnsley fans you can hear making noise now.
Yeah, they've totally deserved the goal. I think they've had moments after that chance from Dunn in the first 30 seconds. They've had other chances on the counter-attack, but 2-0 up Liverpool, and they've gone casual with 2 or 3 minutes before half-time, and they've got themselves back in the game. So, get to half-time with a 1-goal deficit and give themselves a chance second half.
Chiesa with the crosses, the box steered away by Jack Shepherd, heads it out to the far side. They've got something to hang on to here now. A 1-goal deficit, and there's always a chance. Remember, if it was to end all square after 90 minutes, we'd have extra time and possibly penalties this evening, as we did have over the weekend a few times. Ball elevated by Van Dijk out towards the near side, but it's too high for Rio Ngamoa. O'Keefe will throw it in from the right touchline, and Conor Howrahan is just trying to encourage his teams to delay a little bit rather than rush the last few minutes of the first half. The first half, which started with them on top and has finished with them hitting the back of the net.
Yeah, no, it was a brilliant actual finish in terms of what he did. He actually started the move, getting on the half turn, playing it out, and then getting slid past it. But he never stopped when Szoboszlai actually took the ball off him. He kept going in his momentum. But Szoboszlai's just used a moment of madness and tried to be too clever.
Frimpong again gathers the ball and goes down the right, floats another cross into the penalty area again. It wasn't a bad cross from Frimpong, but Gakpo couldn't attack it. And it goes over the top of everybody's head and goes out for a goal kick away to our left-hand side. So we're approaching 45 minutes on TalkSport, and it's Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1. It's Charlie Adam.
Yeah, again, it's Ngamoa. For me, is the opposite winger. He needs to be in the back post. He should be there where the ball lands. He's still hanging out the back on the edge of the 18-yard box. Go and burst the gut to get in the back post. Maybe get yourself a goal, but just still hanging at the back. He needs to actually go and deliver that. It was a good, decent enough ball from Frimpong, and that's 2 or 3 he's had now from Frimpong. And Ngamoa just has to really have the desire to get in that back post.
Well, it's a lifeline for Barnsley with 2 minutes to go at the end of the first half. And Adam Phillips, lifelong Liverpool fan, one of the boys who came through the Liverpool Academy but was released at the age of 16, is on the score sheet at Anfield for the first time in senior football. And he will remember that, I'm sure, for the rest of his life, John.
No, absolutely, coming through the academy, and these are the dreams that you have as young players, playing at Anfield, being able to step on the pitch for Liverpool, but to come here and score for Barnsley will be a really proud moment for him and his family. And you'll see he'll not want to come here and get a drubbing. He'll want to show why he was part of that Liverpool academy. And let's say it was good finish in the end with an open goal, but I just can't go over what Szoboszlai's thinking with 4 or 5 minutes to go at half time.
But it just gives a way back into the game for Barnsley. It just opens the door a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gives the fans a lift, gives the players a lift. Different team talk from the manager.
Frimpong down the Liverpool right as we go into the final few seconds of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Back to Gomez, who bends the ball towards Jones, flicked away by O'Keefe, who's under pressure from Jones, and that's going to be a free kick to Barnsley away to our left-hand side. And there's just a little bit more energy and a few words of encouragement from the Barnsley players now as they inch towards half-time, knowing that they are still within touching distance of the mighty Liverpool.
Yeah, again, it's the crowd are getting belief that we're in this game. We've had 2 or 3 big moments, and we can go there. Conor Howrahan will be saying at half-time, right, you have to believe, you have to go and trust what we're doing, because we've had chances. Can we be more clinical in terms of what we do with the ball when we win it? But there is opportunities here with this Liverpool defence.
Well, only twice in their history have Liverpool lost at home in an FA Cup game to teams outside the top 2 divisions, but despite their dominance in the first half, they've left the door ajar for Barnsley, who had hit the post inside the first 30 seconds with Davis Keillor-Dunn's header from the first real action of the game. Dominic Szoboszlai smashed one in from 20 yards. Jeremy Frimpong had given them a cushion with a 2-goal lead after another really neat finish, cutting in from the left-hand side. But moments before half-time, Dominic Szoboszlai, having just outpaced Adam Phillips in a run towards the edge of the penalty area, casually tried to flick the ball back to Mamardashvili, went inside the 6-yard box, fell over the ball, gave it to Phillips, and he had a free slam on goal to make it Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1 at half-time. Well, the first ever meeting between these two sides came in the FA Cup first round back in February 1895. They played out a 1-1 draw at Oakwell before Liverpool won the replay 4-0 back at Anfield just over a week later. This is the 8th meeting in the FA Cup. Barnsley have won only one of those, the Brian Howard-inspired win in 2008. And earlier that week, back in 2008, Charlie Adam had helped 10-man Rangers to a 0-0 draw at Easter Road. Probably sitting in his car, singing his heart out to the #1 album of the day, Adele's 19. Remember that? I can see you chasing pavements, belting that one out.
Yeah, I love Adele. It's brilliant.
I thought that might be up your strata. We're back underway here with Liverpool in red shirts, red shorts and socks, attacking the goal away to our right, the Kop end in the second half. No changes at the break. And Barnsley, the visitors, all in white, attacking the goal to our left-hand side. But again, taking a little risk, Liverpool from the back as they try to play out and inviting a bit of pressure from Cleary. Up it goes to Jones. Gets another fast start at the beginning of the second half for Barnsley, who also make no changes at the start of the second 45. So Mamardashvili is the goalkeeper for Liverpool. Frimpong, the booked, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, the back four. McAllister and Jones. Chiesa, Szoboszlai, who scored a belter. Ngamoa and Gakpo. And then for the away team, they're under pressure here with Gakpo coming forward, finding Jones edge of the D. Referees play the advantage and Liverpool continue their attack. Chiesa tries to draw the ball down low. It's blocked by Ogbita and cleared away. They've got Murphy Cooper in goal. Watson, Digaveni, Shepherd, Ogbita and O'Keefe as the back five. O'Keefe playing on the right side, Ogbita on the left. Phillips and Bland in the centre. Jürgen Nathan as the man at the top end of the pitch, and attacking down this left-hand side, Reyes Cleary, who's caused a lot of problems supporting Keylor Dunn in attack. Ball back with Szoboszlai, who's 10 yards short of the 18-yard box away to our right. Robertson receives it, produces a cross which is headed away by Digaveni. Comes back out as far as Virgil van Dijk, and again Liverpool just camped inside the Barnsley half of the field. Jones finds Szoboszlai once again. All the while it's 2-1, there's hope for Barnsley that they can race away and cause problems for Liverpool in transition. Ngamoa tries to trick his way into the box. He manages to feed the ball into Gakpo with a lovely little dribble, great ball carrying skills. Plays it to Gakpo, gets it back to McAllister, and then it's recycled out to the left for Jones from Szoboszlai. Jones going down the side of the penalty area, he's got support from Robertson. Robertson gets to the byline, produces a cross deep in towards the far post. Frimpong, well, he was never going to head it when he jumped up leading with his back, and it's cleared away by Barnsley, and they get the ball out to Ogbita on this near side. Doesn't have any options, so he comes centrally to Jürgen Nathan, who helps it on into Bland's path. He comes over the halfway line. Phillips goes down the right. It's a big cross towards the far post, and Cleary might get hold of this. He does, and on the edge of the area is Bland if he wants to use him. He feeds the ball into the box, but it was a poor pass, and it goes out towards the edge of the area at Ogbita. Jürgen Nathan takes over now. Back outside it goes to Cleary. Cleary gets beyond Frimpong, into the area, low ball into the near post, away by Gomez, who just gets in front of Keylor Dunn, and it's out towards the far touchline. But a bit of Barnsley pressure once again at the start of the second half, and despite their lowly league position, they are dangerous. They've netted 33 goals in 21 games, which is an average of 1.57 a game, and they've got a set piece threat as well, and Cleary has just gone down the left and drawn a foul from Chiesa, and Liverpool have got to do some defending. Yeah,
brilliant play from Barnsley. Just Ogbita there, just taking real control and technical ability in the top in his own box, and then having that loving a pass into midfield, getting it the other side. Phillips crossed in, but really good positive play from Barnsley, starting the second half like they did the first half. Opportunity now to really make Liverpool defend from this wide free kick.
Well, they've done well, Barnsley, in their rare moments of attack. They've had to spend a lot of time suffering without the ball, as is the common parlance now, but they have done pretty well when they've got it. That wall looks a little bit in the wrong position, and I think Ngamoa and Frimpong have just noticed that. was standing well wide of the goal and absolutely no influence on what was going to happen here at all. Eventually Ngamoa breaks ranks with Frimpong, and O'Keefe will deliver the ball right-footed into the near post, away by Chiesa. O'Keefe will react and send the ball forward into the box. Jürgen Nathan goes up to try and win it ahead of Gomez. The ball spills out in Liverpool's favour, and Szoboszlai sparks a counter-attack, and Robertson wanted to just try and feed that ball in behind Watson to try and release Jones, but Watson was alert to the danger in the quick ball and manages to tidy up for Barnsley. And it goes towards Ogbeta. Again, he works the ball out wide to the dangerous Cleary. Cleary now trying to dart down the left-hand side. Well, the offside flag is up. I'm not entirely sure about that.
No, I thought he was onside there, but again, Robertson forcing the pass and good pass from Barnsley, getting that first pass off and then trying to get it wide to Cleary, but he's offside. Looks like Chiesa's got a bit of a problem with his face.
Where's the offside there?
Robertson's keeping him on, actually. There's probably a yard, 2 yards keeping him on there.
He's miles onside. Chiesa is getting some treatment, so the game has stopped as he comes over towards the near touchline just to get a little magic sponge.
Again, that's where the game where VAR is different. The game probably would have just carried on until the action had stopped. Yeah. But we've got no VAR tonight, which is good.
No VAR tonight, and that's been the way of things in the third round of the FA Cup. We do have goal line technology, but nothing else able to be used by the officials tonight. And we will have semi-automated offside technology and VAR for the first time in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup tomorrow, live on TalkSport. They come into the competition, technology comes into the competition tomorrow night, and you'll be able to hear that. Newcastle against Manchester City live on TalkSport, and Chelsea-Arsenal.
Two cracking cup ties, isn't it?
Doesn't sound too bad, does it?
Yeah, it's whoever's working at them, got good games.
Yeah, they're going to be crackers. Keylor Dunn gets it back to his right full-back. Bland takes it off of Watson. It goes back into the heart of the defence of Digaveni, who sees it to his goalkeeper Murphy Connor, who clears under pressure. Goes up towards Keylor Dunn, who rises but can't head it on, and it's fed by Van Dijk out towards the far side. And Robertson. Here's a quirky stat for you. I know you like these. Yep. Liverpool have won all 11 of their FA Cup ties that they've played on this date, January the 12th. Every single one they've won. It's their lucky day.
Well, there's still plenty of time for Barnsley to get a goal or two here.
Chiesa to Frimpong, in towards the near post. Out comes the goalkeeper, who grabs it above the head of Gakpo and takes it towards the edge of the area. And then he very quickly goes to dispatch, decides against it, gives it to Jack Shepherd, and Barnsley have possession on the edge of their own penalty area again. That's a poor clearance by Shepherd. He's handed the ball back to Liverpool, and you don't need any encouragement if you're in a red shirt tonight to get forward and attack. Here is Robertson on the left side of the box, played into Ngamoa, skips infield on his right foot, runs into traffic. Good defensive work by Keylor Dunn, but Van Dijk is there to pinch it. Into Gakpo, comes back to Van Dijk, slams it forward, it falls kindly for Ngamoa, left side of the area, trying to get a shot away, has to twist and turn into space, then flips the ball up towards Jones. It drops over his shoulder, cannons off Cleary, and goes out behind and away for a corner kick away to our right hand side. It remains 2-1 to Liverpool.
Lovely feet from the young lad there, moving it. Yeah, even now the fans are starting to sing his name. Brilliant. I'd like to see him shoot more, but again, lovely talent. Just dragged it with his right and clipped it with his left foot, and it's just put it away by Ogbeta at the back post there. But just thinking, watching Frimpong there, just totally different from Trent, isn't he, in terms of what he gives. Trent's obviously got that quality with his delivery now, and Frimpong gives you that energy.
Robertson's delivery into the box, but there was a foul inside the penalty area, which gives a free kick away. Interestingly, with Frimpong, he goes on the outside a lot. He's got great pace, but you're right, his delivery isn't quite up to the same sort of level. I mean, no one's is really.
No, again, but Trent could play any type of pass you want. So again, it gives the different dynamics of the Liverpool team going forward. When you've got Frimpong, when you have Trent there, he can pick a pass, you can roll him into midfield, he's comfortable there, and the players are on the same sort of telepathic wavelength of what he can do, because they know if they run in behind it, Trent can find them. So I think it's totally different, especially, maybe that's why Mo Salah's found it tough this year as well, having somebody wanting to go on the outside all the time.
Here is Gakpo down the right hand side. trying to nudge the ball back towards McAllister. Here is Frimpong, but Cleary comes across and tries to nick it off his toes. It was Frimpong who eventually put it out of play, and it goes out on this near touchline away for a throw-in. He's an interesting character, Jeremy Frimpong, because he plays for the Netherlands. He can't speak a word of Dutch. He grew up in the Northwest, in the Manchester City Academy, played in the Youth Cup final for them, was released, went off and played a bit of football on the continent, obviously ended up at Bayer Leverkusen, played for Celtic.
Yeah, done really well at Celtic and got that move to Bayer Leverkusen. But again, that shows a bit of his character. Not just happy just to sit at home and be comfortable, want to go and try something different. Okay, Scotland's, not too far, but again, it's the big club of Celtic and the pressure there, and then moving to Germany as a young player and getting that experience under Xabi Alonso, winning the title, and then coming again, getting that move to Liverpool, which is, being at Liverpool, Celtic, would have stood him in good stead, coming here with the expectation and the understanding you need to win every week, the pressure of that.
Robertson out wide towards the left-hand side. Nkomoa takes over, moves up towards the edge of the area, feeds the ball in towards Jones. It's away by Jürgen Nathan, picked off by Van Dijk. Back out to Robertson again. Liverpool coming forward, 55 on the clock, 2-1 to the home team. Gomez with a cross from deep into the area, doesn't really find Gakpo. It's headed away by Digaveni, and then the ball just nudges out of play, and it's away for a Liverpool corner in front of the Kop, away to our right-hand side. Barnsley weren't expected to cause Liverpool too much trouble. 17th in League One, 29 points from 21 games. They have 3 or 4 games in hand on teams around them, and that's their focus. But making sure they do enough to stay in the league and how far they can get up the league, a priority for Conor Hourihane. But I think they'll be buoyed by their performance here at Anfield tonight. They haven't let Liverpool get away from them.
No, I think they'll be proud so far, but again, there's still plenty of time for this Liverpool team to make things...
Szoboszlai into the box. It's Virgil van Dijk with a shot which comes off the goalkeeper and onto the top of the crossbar and goes behind and out for another corner. Well, he hit that into the ground, falling backwards, Virgil van Dijk. It went in off the line of the 6-yard box, up into the air, and it was spooned onto the bar by Murphy Cooper.
Yeah, it's actually Bland flicking it onto Van Dijk. It's a lovely strike, and the Cooper there tipping it onto the bar, and you need your goalkeeper to make big saves at big moments in the games.
Nkomoa down the right hand side, short from the corner kick, back to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai nudging it into the path of Gakpo's down the right side of the area. Back to Szoboszlai again, fades the ball to the far post, clipped away by Digaveni, drops in the centre of midfield, helped over his head by McAllister. Gakpo kills it, turns, shoots, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper Murphy Cooper, who immediately quickly wants to get on Peter on the front foot to gallop forward for Barnsley. He's immediately engaged by Chiesa and Jones, and he just retains possession and guides it back into the centre of defence. Another loose pass which almost cost them dear, but across comes Shepherd and fires it up to Cleary. Cleary encouraged to try and take on Szoboszlai now down the left hand side. Comes back at Frimpong, goes into Kilo Dunn. Now Jürgen Nathan takes over. It's connected by Bland out wide towards the Barnsley right hand side. A chance for O'Keefe to get forward. A rare opportunity for him in the second half. Bland then tried maybe a little bit too casually to nudge it forward and fade it into the box, but it was eaten up by the Liverpool defence, and then Robertson will try and clear from the left full-back area. It's blocked by Bland and goes out for a goal kick away to our left-hand side. Barnsley haven't reached round 4 since 2021-22. Unless they find a goal, it's going to be very difficult for them to do so this time around. And just to make that task a little bit harder, Liverpool are going to bring on Konate, Wirtz and Ekitike.
Yeah, not bad. That's the strength of that Liverpool bench tonight. But again, give an opportunity for the 3 lads to come on and get a run out. And Ekitike obviously not played for a few weeks, so now can get some minutes, good half an hour into the game. But yeah, if you're Barnsley, it's you look at that and you think, oh, we've done all right for 60 minutes, and then they bring these 3 subs on.
Off comes Gomez, on comes Konate. That's the first official change. Florian Wirtz is coming on for Jeremy Frimpong. Might be that Szoboszlai goes to right back, And the final change is Ekitike coming on. And he is going to replace Federico Chiesa. So the three changes: Frimpong, Gomez, Chiesa, Diaz, Ekitike and Kanata. So I suppose that means that Szoboszlai goes to right back.
Yeah, and Ingamo has come over to this right-hand side. So Szoboszlai and Ingamo on this right-hand side. I don't think Szoboszlai was too happy looking. He looked difficult. He was disappointed there. They had to actually come to right back. I think he was enjoying himself in that middle of that pitch.
Ball sent long for Gakpo to try and run in off the left. It's a high ball which he's chasing, but Murphy Cooper was favourite for. He picked it up and bowled it straight out over on the far side, and it goes into the path of O'Keefe, and it remains Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1, and they've rejigged the team now, but still full of big hitters, Liverpool, but Barnsley not deterred. The ball played over the top of Szoboszlai, into the path of Cleary, who runs across his body, into the penalty area, goes down under pressure from Szoboszlai, wants a penalty kick, the referee says no, and that might be a huge moment of controversy at Anfield, because Farai Halam, the referee, has declined to give a penalty. Szoboszlai seemed to have made contact with Reyes Cleary, who ran across his body line there. It did feel as if he was looking for the penalty, Charlie Adam. What did you make of it?
Yeah, listen, it was a lovely ball and good pace from Cleary there. I'm not so sure. I think Szoboszlai actually gets a toe to it. But no, it's a threat there, Cleary. He's been a threat all night. He done it to Frimpong, now again from Szoboszlai, so he knows he's in the game.
Just a bit of a warning as well to Szoboszlai. He's been repositioned as a right back, that he's going to get run at by Cleary, and he's got some serious work to do to contain him.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, he's been a handful tonight, Cleary, but Szoboszlai has to be wary of what he's up against now. He's not thinking as a midfielder. You've got to think like a defender.
O'Keefe tries to bring the ball away. He's been recalled from Stockport to play in the game tonight. Liverpool have just bought on 231 million quid's worth of substitutes. All eyes on the referee. We'll wait for a replay to see if we can determine whether or not he made a mistake or made the right call. Farai Halam. Here is Rio Engamoa, now attacking from the Liverpool right. Gets to the edge of the penalty area. 62 minutes gone. 2-1 to Liverpool. They still haven't been able to quite shake off Barnsley in this second half. Van Dijk. On to Gakpo. Back to Robertson. Robertson looking to turn. There's only really Ekitike inside the area here for Liverpool. Might need some extra numbers trying to make up the bodies inside the box as Wirtz comes forward. Looks for a return from Ekitike. It's a loose pass which runs backwards of Jones, and he has to scurry back into the centre circle to retrieve it for Liverpool, who lead here, but are not having everything their own way.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sam. There's too many people wanting to come to the ball. There's not enough. There you go. That's better from McAllister running behind it. It makes the back line of Barnsley be a little bit disjointed when you make runs there.
Engamoa down the right side, onto Jones. Jones trying to send the ball towards the far stick. It's a little flick out of the right foot from Yoganathan, which steers the ball wide. Shepherd might have got the final touch. It goes beyond the post and out for a corner over on the far side.
Yeah, it was a good shot there from Jones, but when you're the defender and you're hanging a leg out, it's always dangerous.
Let's have a look at this replay. He does run across the body line, and there is absolutely nothing in it, I don't think.
No, I think actually Szoboszlai gets a... Yeah, Szoboszlai takes a touch there.
He gets a touch on the ball.
Yeah, he gets a touch on the ball. I'm not... Yeah,
there's nothing in it
lucky.
at all.
He's lucky because he gets done in behind the ball. He actually doesn't track the run, but again, like you say, Cleary's played really well tonight with that pace and that speed that he's got, and he had that opportunity.
Well, Harahan was absolutely furious down on the near touchline, but I think when he sees the replay, he'll accept that it wasn't a penalty. We'll ask him about it a little bit later on anyway, see what he thought. He might feel as if he's had a legitimate complaint. Again, there's a bit of a delay here because Murphy Cooper, who's had a few issues so far tonight, is struggling in the goal away to our right. He's had a medical timeout and then some more attention. Kieran Flavel has warmed up away to our left. He's a much taller and commanding presence than the diminutive Murphy Cooper in comparison.
Yeah, it'll be a nice place to come and make another appearance, wouldn't it? Getting on the opportunity to come on Anfield. But the goalkeeper's brilliant save earlier from Van Dijk.
Ball towards the near post, fixes the air by Jack Shepherd. Goalkeeper didn't come this time. Shepherd gets it away, out to the far side. Not a great clearance by Adam Phillips, but it'll be picked up by Jones midway inside the Barnsley half of the field as Liverpool come forward down the left hand side with Gakpo accelerating beyond the defender, clipped towards Van Dijk, who heads the ball towards goal, but it was drifting past the post. It was narrowly wide of that right hand upright, but there was confidence amongst O'Keefe and Murphy Cooper that the ball was going wide, and it did that, and it's a goal kick away to our right hand side.
Good play from Gakpo, good getting 1v1 against Adam Phillips, stretching and just hangs a ball up there for Van Dijk and Konate to attack, and he just puts it past the post. But yeah, it's a good header from Van Dijk.
Well, if it was on target, I don't think Cooper would have got there, but he missed the upright by a yard or so, and it's still just 2-1. And remember, if it's all square after 90 minutes, we'll have extra time and possibly penalties. Keylor done in towards Phillips, inside the area, trying to turn. He goes down under pressure, still fighting for the ball. Konate manages to stick his body in between ball and man as Bland comes across, and he wins the free kick. And the Barnsley fans over on the far side are gesticulating and pointing and booing at Konate. Conor Halrahan complaining to the fourth official, who is Ruben Ricardo, that he is not giving anything Barnsley's way, and as a result the referee decides to book him.
Yeah, I've been there as a manager myself. You're frustrated, you don't think it's a foul. Konate's actually bought the foul. He's done brilliant to actually get his body in and get down and take the foul. It's good defensive play, but yeah, I can see where Conor is. He's frustrated there. He could feel it. There's a moment coming for Barnsley, and you think that everything's against you, not getting the penalty, and you're still furious with that. He's got to just be calm on a touchline because his team's played well so far, and like I say, hoping that when you get that opportunity again, there's a, you can take it.
I was startled to find out that Conor Halrahan is only 34.
Yeah, he retired early, isn't he? I think he retired to get this opportunity.
Yeah.
He went in as obviously assistant coach and then interim, and then showing the owners that he's
capable. Down the left hand side, gets to the byline, tries to produce a cross, it's blocked, and it goes out of play and away for a goal kick away to the far side. I mean, he could still be playing at 34. Yeah,
I think what the plan was actually to come back to Barnsley and play as a player and do a bit of coaching, and then things changed. After about a couple of weeks, he decided that he wanted to be a coach and not be a player, and now he's got the opportunity. He's got Richard Keogh there, a former player, and got good staff around him. That's really important, especially as a young manager.
Here's the corner, far side, taken by Gakpo, right into the centre of the 6-yard box, steered away by Maldi Gaveni, picked up on the left by Cleary, who's trying to get away from Engamoa, can't do so, and Engamoa runs towards the edge of the box. That's a good challenge by Yoga Nathan, and it's cleared away by Barnsley up towards halfway. Keylor Dunn can't hold on to it, bounces off his chest, comes back towards the right side, and Van Dijk trying to inspire the attack. Jack Shepherd goes down under pressure from Engamoa, wanting a foul, not going to get that, and Dominic Szoboszlai has it for Liverpool. Back it goes to Florian Wirtz. He gets a return pass from Ekitike. Now Andrew Robertson, Gakpo again, trying to cut in on his right foot and move in towards the central area. Wirtz feeds Gakpo down the inside left channel. He steers it through the 6-yard box. Engamoa coming in far side. He smashes it at Jack Shepherd, and it goes lolloping into the air. And again, it's a red shirt that's first to the ball. Obita eventually gets there and manages to get it upfield, and a lovely little touch by Cleary to feed the ball infield towards Keylor Dunn. He holds it well, Davis Keylor Dunn, this time. Manages to see the out ball. It's picked up by O'Keefe, who's running forward, gets a return pass off of Jonathan Bland, and then plays it wide out towards the left. Good football from Barnsley. And this is Cleary, left side, bending a ball into the box. It's a dangerous one, and it's tucked behind by Robertson, and out for a corner kick. There was no one to attack it in the centre of the penalty area, but it was delicious football from the League One outfit. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant play for Keith out to Cleary again. Szoboszlai's now starting to panic here, because now McAllister's trying to come over and double up with him, but McCleary doesn't take him on, actually just opens it up and puts a lovely ball with his left foot right on the 6-yard box, and Andy Robertson there tucking it in behind. Corner kick, far side, to be taken by Corey O'Keefe, just recalled from a spell at Stockport County. Places the ball down. He's got Mal Di Gaveni on the penalty spot, and Jack Shepherd fighting with McAllister, and Wiertz, it's to the edge of the area, and Phillips, who hits it into the ground, and it's headed away from in front of the goal by Dominic Szoboszlai. It was a well-worked corner kick routine from Barnsley. O'Keefe to the edge of the area, volleyed into the ground by Adam Phillips, and it had to be steered away by Szoboszlai.
Yeah, brilliant routine. Bland going out there to open the space up. The ball actually bounces up too high for Phillips, but if it's anybody that you wanted to fall to, it's him. Technically really good, but I think the ball was wrapped into him too hard. If it was on the floor, then it gives him a better chance.
I just sense that the game's not over yet for Barnsley, and they're going to make a couple of changes here, and new signing and experienced defender Ewan O'Connell is about to come on. They signed him from Wrexham on January the 6th. It's his first appearance today, making his debut off the bench. He's about to come on. So too is Kelly, who they brought in from West Ham in the summer. Szoboszlai into Wiertz, round the corner for Ngamoa, gets to the byline, does a little turn, and can't get away from Cleary, and Beattie brings the ball clear, and eventually it's away by Shepherd towards the halfway line. 20 minutes to go, 2-1 to Liverpool.
Yeah, it looks like Ngamoa's got a bit of a problem here, groin, hamstring, when he sort of overstretched when he tried to win the ball back there. He's just moving gingerly now to get back on side. He's been a threat, the young kid. He's actually done really well tonight now on this right hand side with Szoboszlai.
He's back on the ball again. Wants to try and do a give and go down the right hand side. Doesn't look entirely comfortable though as he releases it back centrally. Goes out to the far touchline. Gakpo flips the ball in towards Ekitike, but it's too close to Murphy Cooper, and that's going to be the end of the night for Rio Ngamoa, I think. He's not going to be able to continue. He's gone down inside the 18-yard box, and Liverpool are going to be forced into making a substitution. It's the last thing that he wants, is to have pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, no, it's a great opportunity for him to show the talent he's got, and he's shown that tonight. But yeah, he just overstretched there on the byline, and coming off that edge of the turf onto the AstroTurf has just moved. Yeah, it's his groin. Just maybe had a little bit of a tear in his groin there, but yeah, he's been good tonight. He's shown real positivity. He's been getting at his man, getting at his full-back, and he's created some chances. But I'd just love to see him again. Just 5 minutes ago, I had the opportunity to be in that back post when Gakpo heads across, just for another tap-in. But he's just hanging out the back. So again, for him, for his development, for his coaching, for the coaches, for his learning, when that ball's in the opposite side, get yourself in the back post, son. You'll get 4 or 5 goals a season by just having little tap-ins. How many times you see people like Henry just getting in that back post and tapping it in the goal? So that's where he has to learn.
Well, Ryan Gravenberg is about to come on, and he replaces Rio Ngamoa. Nathaniel Ogbita also coming off, and Ewan O'Connell is coming on. And it's the end of the night for Adam Phillips, who is replaced by Patrick Kelly, the Northern Irishman who signed from West Ham last summer and was in the Youth Cup final team of 2023 that beat Arsenal, scored in round 1 against York. And Adam Phillips gets a ovation from everyone inside the ground. They know the contribution he made to Liverpool during his time as a young player in the academy, and he is replaced after scoring a goal at the Cop by Patrick Kelly.
Yes, sorry, so Gakpo obviously just coming on this right hand side, and Wiertz now going over to the left, so
another shift for Liverpool. Gravenberg just sitting in front of the back line. Here is Bland, dispossessed. And younger Nathan gets beaten to it by Ekitike, who runs into sort of number 10 position just outside the penalty area, tries to feed it to Szoboszlai. It's blocked by the defender, comes back out to the near touch line, and Liverpool have possession. Arne Slot stalking inside the technical area down in front of us. Liverpool with 16 minutes to go and leading by 2-1, eyeing up a 4th round tie with Brighton and Hove Albion here on the weekend of Valentine's Day. And so the 4th round gets underway. We'll have full bumper coverage of absolutely everything on TalkSport, TalkSport 2 throughout the course of the FA Cup weekend, as we always do. We love the FA Cup. We love the drama and the stories, the twists and the surprises. And it's looks like football, it smells like football, it feels like football, but there's always something odd or strange or shocking that happens on FA Cup weekend.
Yeah, you get the feeling that the game's different. Like you said it there, Sam, as a player I always felt the FA Cup was different to the Premier League. It was different to the Championship when you were playing in it, and just a brilliant competition to be part of. Unfortunately I was injured when we got to the cup final against Chelsea and we lost when I was here at Liverpool. But
2012?
Yeah, it was just an unbelievable experience at Wembley. The build up, managed to take my son to a couple of FA Cup finals recently as well, and
O'Keefe has given the ball away on the edge of his own penalty area. Gakpo's got hold of it and they've recovered Barnsley to steer it away on this near side, and Cleary trying to take on Szoboszlai. You taking your son to a couple of the cup finals?
Yeah, a couple of FA Cup finals. I was in the Manchester Derby one when Man United won it. He's a Man City fan, so it's a great occasion at Wembley. The whole royal family and stuff like that. It's brilliant to be part of it and see it.
Szoboszlai with a crosses the box. Wiertz arriving. He steered the ball over the bar. Florian Wiertz from 8 yards out had the chance to finish the game. A lovely floated cross by Szoboszlai, and Florian Wiertz, who cost north of £100 million, has blazed over from 6 yards out in front of the Kop.
That's a wonderful ball from Szoboszlai. He's actually gone with the outside of his boot. If you go with inside your boot, you're just finishing it. Maybe could have went with his left foot, but he's tried to be cute and clever, and he's put over the bar. And that was a big chance for him.
What an opportunity for Liverpool to seal the game and seal a place in round 4 of the competition. A bit of a mishap from Florian Wiertz, and it's just invited again. They won't slam the door shut on Barnsley, will they?
No, all that does is give Barnsley a lot more confidence and think, right, we've still got that chance. We've got one chance. Can we take it? Because they have caused problems at times when they turned the ball over. They've gave Liverpool problems the first half, second half, but the longer it goes, one set play could be a downfall for Liverpool.
Ball upfield, sent long by Mamardashvili, headed away by Jack Shepherd, retrieved by Jones. In the centre circle is Florian Wiertz, who plays it down the middle of the Barnsley half, and there's a bit of space here for McAllister, who shoots, and the ball drifts off his boot, wide of the left-hand upright. It goes into the Kop behind the goal, but he just saw for a moment an opportunity open up in front of him, and he went for it.
Yeah, he done brilliant. He picked up a lovely position in the back of the two midfielders of Barnsley, gets on the half turn and drives to the ball, and just never really connected well enough and hit the target. He got hit target. He was disappointed with it, but it was good play from Wiertz and McAllister.
Well, Liverpool lead by 2-1, 13 minutes to go. Live on TalkSport at Anfield on Monday night, tomorrow night, Carabao Cup football, and Wednesday night as well. Chelsea Arsenal Wednesday night, Newcastle Man City tomorrow night. We've got Jeff Stelling and Ali McCoist on breakfast tomorrow morning from 6 a.m.
They're just looking at Barnsley, looking at the bench. Did they try and bring on a McGoldrick, 39 years of age, plenty of experience, scored a lot of goals, scored goals in Sheffield United and teams like that. So
he scored a lot of goals for Notts County last season.
Yeah.
He was an absolute belter for them last year, and I know that their manager in particular very upset about not being able to keep him.
And he done really well for Notts County. So again, he's the opportunity, maybe putting him on with 10 minutes to go and throwing the last bit of the dice at this Liverpool defence.
It's Liverpool coming forward now. Wiertz tries to nudge it forward. Jürgen Nathan manages to get it clear. The Liverpool fans singing the Allez, Allez, Allez song, which they picked up on their European tours. Ball is back towards the right hand side though, because Szoboszlai has nabbed it, moved it towards the number 10 position, flicks over the top for Ekitike by Wiertz, who uses his quick feet to nudge it back into the German. He sends it wide to the left, Robertson to the far post, Gakpo arriving, it's over the bar. Might have taken the flick off of O'Keefe there, who was putting Gakpo under pressure. Corner has been given. O'Keefe is demanding that the referee changes his mind. He's not going to. It's going to be a set piece for Liverpool.
Again, it's Wiertz's quality. Lovely little dink over the top, but Gakpo just couldn't hit it first time. But then it come back out to Robertson and a little chip at the back post. But Keith does brilliant there in the back post just to defend it, and it goes out for the corner.
It definitely did go out for a corner. McGoldrick is about to come on, wearing the number 10 jersey, and heading up towards 39 years of age. He's 5 years older than Conor Howrahan, his gaffer. Here is Gravenberg, back out to Wiertz. Wiertz into Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai down the side to Ekitike. Good take by him. The second touch wasn't good enough. And across comes the defender O'Connell and manages to clear by pummeling the ball up to the halfway line. Ibrahima Konate with a header ahead of Davis Keillor-Dunn, and it remains 2-1 to Liverpool. But they're going to take off Keillor-Dunn now, replace him with David McGoldrick. He comes on. He's terrific at Notts County last season. Tempted Barnsley to take a punt on a 38-year-old. It's his 11th club, and Keillor-Dunn will be thinking to himself, how have I not added to my 14 goals this season with that header after 30 seconds? I wonder what kind of game he would have got if he had scored, Charlie.
Oh yeah, I thought he's done a good job for Barnes up there. He's run hard, good opportunities again. When he's 1v1 against Van Dijk, he's caused them problems. So you need that sort of man at the top end of the pitch to be the focal point, and he's done that well tonight. And now it's up to McGoldrick to come on and show his experience. And can he be the man that can get Barnsley that 2-2 draw, get them to extra time?
25 FA Cup appearances before tonight, 8 goals, 7 assists. He has never beaten Liverpool in his games against them with Sheffield United and Derby, but maybe tonight something magical could happen in the final 10 minutes. He comes on to lead the line. Van Dijk nudges the ball forward into the path of his central defensive partner Konate, who's come on in the second half to replace Joe Gomez. This looks like a full-strength Liverpool team now. We've seen this sort of line-up before, haven't we, over the course of the season? There are no young players in the line-up as they look to try and see this out now.
No, again, and that's Arne Slot. Remembering from last season, again, Plymouth, the problems that they caused them by getting beat. So again, he wanted to take this serious and make sure that we got the job done, and then we can focus on again the next run of results. And Rick's run of games for Liverpool are, Burnley here at the weekend, and then you've got Marseille, and then you've got
Bournemouth
away, which will be very tough, and then you've got again Karabag in the Champions League. So tough games coming up, but again opportunity to win another football match.
And they follow up with a game against Newcastle live at home on TalkSport. Here is it's an 8 o'clock kick-off on a Saturday night, that one. Sounds a bit tasty, doesn't it?
We've been there before.
Yes, we have. Here is Jones on to Szoboszlai. Konate. Back to Konate from Szoboszlai all the way back to his goalkeeper. Liverpool lead by 2-1 after us, Jason Cundy and Jermaine Pennant crack open the sports bar. Give you a chance to have your say. 03717 223344. You might be a Liverpool fan who wants to talk about this performance, maybe the fact that they haven't really looked as if they're going to do any business in the transfer window. Do they need to? 03717 223344. Manchester United fans will, I'm sure, be calling up to talk about the appointment of interim coach Michael Carrick, which is imminent now. And Conor Gallagher's transfer to Tottenham. Maybe you'll want to talk about that. 03717 223344. Straight after we finish here, the sports bar open for business. 7 minutes to go.
Ahara having another week off.
Yeah, he's always having a week off. Is it sunshine time again?
Yeah, he's having a stag do or something, is he?
How many stag do's has he had?
Yeah, I think he's blagged another one.
He didn't invite me to that one. I did get an invite to the engagement party. I didn't get an invite to the stag do. I'm a bit disappointed by that. Here is Wiertz, tucked in by Ekitike. Wiertz from the edge of the area, smashes it past the goalkeeper and seals Liverpool place in the round 4 of the competition. Barnsley defending deep, and then all of a sudden the quick feet of Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz carve the League One side open, and Florian Wirtz smashes a ball in past the goalkeeper into the roof of the net, and he also smashes Liverpool into round 4 of the FA Cup and polishes off Barnsley.
Yeah, it's taken 3 extraordinary goals from Liverpool tonight, but lovely play from Ekitike, little flick, and Wirtz whipped it in that sort of top corner there. Lovely play from Ekitike, but You know, it was good play from Liverpool. But it's taken 3 brilliant goals from Liverpool to open this from Barnsley.
Well, he missed from 6 yards out, but he has curled the ball in with venom from 18 yards. Murphy Cooper got nowhere near it, and after keeping Liverpool within range for so long in this game, in the 85th minute, the team from the Premier League have powered past them, and Barnsley are beat. McGoldrick trying to run in behind. Konate cuts across him, gobbles up the ball and feeds it into Mamardashvili, and Liverpool play out from the back, and surely not going to have any problems now.
Well, you hope not, but again, Szoboszlai really calm in that 6-yard box, but he didn't try a back heel this time.
He definitely didn't try a back heel this time. It's an excellent finish from Florian Wirtz from the edge of the area. After combining with Ekitike, backpedaling, the Barnsley defence gave him a little bit too much room, and he curled that ball brilliantly, smashed it brilliantly. Real whip, real venom, real pace, unreachable for Murphy Cooper, and it's 3-1 to Liverpool. A bit more entertainment for this Liverpool crowd, who have been a little bit starved of goals and wins recently. Ekitike taking too many touches, the ball is pinched and they move it forward over the halfway line, but they can't quite squeeze the ball forward fast enough, and Kelly tried to just feed it into McGoldrick. It was cut out. Now Jürgen Nathan takes over. Cleary down the left hand side, goes on the outside, dribbles the ball through the middle of the 18-yard box. It's steered towards Jürgen Nathan, cleared away by Jones, who was retreating. It's a dangerous ball by Cleary once more, who again has it back. He takes it down the outside, teases Szoboszlai, gets into the penalty area. It goes out for a corner kick for Barnsley in the 87th minute of the cup tie.
Yeah, he's been excellent for Cleary tonight for Barnsley. But these are the moments again, if you're on the big stage showing people what you're capable of, maybe other teams start to look at you, but again he's just shown for me that he scared Szoboszlai by that run in behind in real start of the first half when nearly got a penalty shoot. Well, I didn't think it was a penalty, but he goes down in the box. He's actually making Liverpool double up on him now, which is showing that he's got that threat in behind.
O'Keefe with the corner in front of the Anfield Road end where the Barnsley fans are housed. Is there a late moment of joy for them? Right-footed ball into the near post. Delivery is easily fended away by Ekitike, who heads the ball out on this near touchline, and will have a couple more substitutions. Trey Nioni coming on to replace Alexis McAllister for the final few minutes. It's the final change for Liverpool. Trey Nioni, who makes his 5th appearance of the season, made his debut 2 years ago, takes the place of the World Cup winner. And the next change, Georgie Gent for Blackburn Rovers left back, briefly Motherwell full back. Only appearance so far this season was in round 2 against Peterborough. He replaces Jürgen Nathan and comes into the team for the final few minutes of the game here at Anfield.
Yeah, good for Inoni getting some minutes as well, being in that first team environment.
Brilliant from McGoldrick. They thought the ball was dead and Cleary has been given it, and now he's taking on Szoboszlai and he forces another corner. And I tell you what, he's been such an Anfield tonight. He'll be a contender for player of the match, even though he's going to be on the losing team.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Sam. I think he has. He's been real positive in every action he's done. He's been a threat. He's been that outball for them. And again, showing Liverpool, showing them real respect in terms of bringing somebody else over to try and help the full back in the position that, you know, Frimpong or even now Szoboszlai in the right back position.
Here's the corner to be taken by O'Keefe. It's right under the goalkeeper, who gets crowded out but manages to get a punch on it. And then it's headed away by Robertson, and a chance for Liverpool to escape in the 89th minute of the game. Sent down the right hand side for Florian Wirtz, who gets into the penalty area, but George again comes across and nabs it off his toes, and does well for Barnsley to prevent any further damage to their goal.
Yeah, again, I don't understand why he's trying to flick and do tricks. Just go drive with the ball 1v1 in the box. Try and commit the defender to make him do something.
Szoboszlai Tries to get the better of Bland. 1 minute still to go at the end of the 90 here on TalkSport. Liverpool progressing to the fourth round of the FA Cup at the expense of Barnsley. Barnsley's game management has been questioned late on. It's been a recurring theme for them, conceding late goals. They conceded another one tonight. 84th minute clincher from Florian Wirtz. Some of that can be attributed, I think, to a mix of mental fatigue and maybe a lack of physicality, but I think when they look back at the videotape from this game, they would have seen a team that undertook the manager's instructions almost to the letter. They were well drilled in the first half and in the second half as well. They tried to defend for their lives and go on border raids and cause Liverpool problems. They did that, and I think they'll be pretty proud of their performance here tonight. 5 added minutes still to play as Jack Shepherd comes out of his slot, commits a foul. It was a free kick 12 yards short of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, again, just going back to that, I think it's taken 3 unbelievable finishers from Liverpool to settle this cup tie, but Barnsley have come here and they've had a good shape, good organisation, but they've been a threat. So for them, they'd be really proud of what they've achieved, but now can they take that performance into to League One, to get out of where they are, 2 points above the relegation zone, and look to see that, because I keep saying it's not easy to come here and play, but when you come to Liverpool and up your levels, you know, the league's your bread and butter, and you have to perform on a level. So if they can start bringing their performances like they have done tonight, then they'll be fine for the rest of the season.
It's another free kick for Liverpool on the right side, which is lofted into the box by Szoboszlai, headed away by David McGoldrick down the left side of the box. It's nudged back by Gravenberg. 91st minute of 95 expected to play here. Trey Naoni, who's got gloves on, wiry midfield player, very talented, very well thought of, nudges the ball into Szoboszlai, gets it back to Robertson lifts the ball into the area looking for Ekitike, away by Jack Shepherd, then picked up by Bland, who gives the ball away cheaply, and Szoboszlai gets hold of it, and Cleary just looks to the heavens because he was galloping away looking for an early release.
Yeah, that was a tired pass there from Bland. He's put a real good shift in, but that's the time, let's say, that makes a difference when you've got that opportunity to counter-attack.
It was a blatant shirt pull by Jack Shepherd, but the referee was like, he's too knackered, you can't have a go at him too much. It's been a long night, let him get on with it.
Yeah, they look tired, the Barnsley players, because they put a good shift in, they put the effort in, and again, it's just been undone.
It's a lovely reverse pass from McGoldrick, and O'Keefe is steaming forward into the penalty area. He hasn't got much support. He drives the ball goalwards. It's blocked by Konate. It goes out for another corner. He just ran out of legs as he galloped up towards the edge of the area. He had Cleary trying to join him, but he too has almost gone down in a heap after expending so much energy, and the ball eventually goes out over on the far side, and it's away for a corner kick to Barnsley in the final 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, brilliant play from McGoldrick getting on that half turn, but Keith just never had the legs, the energy to really get past Konate there, and that's suffering with cramp just as he got to the edge of the box.
Here's the corner taken by O'Keefe. It's a poor delivery. It's another tired delivery into the box, which has easily held it away. Back in by Gent. Poor header by Konate, kept alive and then sent forward by Bland. Out towards this near side. Watson nudges it on towards Cleary. Cleary maybe with one last chance to impress. A left-footed cross, which is so good, and McGoldrick tries to loft the header over the goalkeeper. It lands on the roof of the net. It was an absolute beautiful delivery from Reyes Cleary on this left-hand side, which took the goalkeeper out. He was stranded, and McGoldrick's header lands on the roof of the net.
Yeah, brilliant ball with his left foot. He just hung it up there for McGoldrick to attack. Little nudge in the back of Van Dijk. He gets above him, and he just didn't get the power. He had too much of a loop on it, but it was a lovely ball again from Cleary. For me, he's been really, really good tonight.
Wirtz played in behind by Szoboszlai into the area, steals it to Ekitike to finish it off. It's the fourth goal for Liverpool. The two summer signings combined right at the very end. Szoboszlai's delivery down the right-hand side. It's picked out by Florian Wirtz and centred for Ekitike. Ekitike slides in and puts it beyond Murphy Cooper. and Liverpool get a fourth goal to take it beyond Barnsley, and they crave more entertainment here, and the Liverpool fans have got it tonight, 4-1.
Yeah, no, it's lovely movement from Vierts. He comes short and he takes Shepherd in there, and then he spins in behind. A lot of tired bodies here for Barnsley, but lovely movement from Vierts there, short in behind. Great pass from Szoboszlai, and Ekitike again, like Ingamo needs to do, learn, understand, burst in the gut to get in that back post, and he gets his goal.
Hugo Ekitike, who is the top scorer this season for Liverpool, finishing off a chance from Florian Vierts, and it may well be one of the last acts of the night here at Anfield, where Liverpool have taken their time to show their strength and quality, but eventually they have got the job done against Barnsley. 57 places above them in the pyramid, and eventually it began to show. The Reds go marching on. 6 Premier League teams have fallen at the third round stage, but Liverpool will not be one of them. Arne Slot's team dispatched Barnsley despite several problems with Reyes Cleary in particular, and several opportunities for Barnsley to get back in the game. They gave Liverpool a bit of a rough ride at times, but eventually the Liverpool strength shone through. Goals towards the end from Ekitike and Vierts in the final 5 minutes of the game sealed passage into round 4 for Arne Slot's men. They will play Brighton in the next round after beating Barnsley by 4 goals to 1.